Hey y'all, and welcome to the very first episode of Run and Tell That with me, Ariel Simone. Y'all, I am so happy to finally get this show off and launching and onto your screens. First, I have to thank everybody who liked, subscribed, shared, follow me on any other of my socials to get the word out about my show. I am definitely appreciative of you and all of your support, so thank you. I think I have like 40 subscribers now or something like that, so I mean, we moving up there, Ariel gang, or whatever. I'm not sure what I'm gonna call y'all yet, but I am very grateful for your support. So I have a couple of things going on in this first episode. Let me know if you like the different segments. Let me know if you would like to see something different. Just let me know below. So our first segment is called Pop, Lock, and Drop It, because you remember that song, Pop, Lock, and Drop It. I hope I don't get sued for that. But this segment is all about trending topics. So we will talk about 3 different topics along with my special guests. We will decide if it's popping for now but won't be around for too long. It's locked in forever. It's gonna be a trend, or we dropping it. It's just not happening, or we just not feeling it. So without further ado, I want to welcome my special guest and my first guest to the show, Taylor Folks. So you guys may know her as my cousin, but she is also an entrepreneur, a model, a teacher, and she also suffers from alopecia. And today she is gonna teach us a little bit more about alopecia. So without further ado, let's welcome her to Run and Tell That.
Welcome. Thank you very much. I appreciate being here. I'm so excited to be here. And must I say, I am very proud of you.
Thank you.
And all that you are accomplishing with your show. I'm so excited to be the very first guest on the show.
Remember this, first guest.
So I am very happy for that. And I'm here to share with everyone just a little background with AC Pool in the back. Just a little background of my life and the things that I have accomplished so far in life, and also a business venture. I guess I can start with my product line, which is called 98 Co. My business has been growing since 2020, but the dream in itself, which is 98 Co, had kind of already come to me probably, I want to say like a few years before 2020, and I really wanted to get started with creating my own product for myself. And as Ariel had mentioned, I do suffer from alopecia, and I have suffered from alopecia for the majority of my life, as long as I can remember. And she knows that, obviously, because she is my cousin.
And I have to say, I didn't realize that that's what it was called.
Growing up, we didn't know.
Yeah, at the time, because now when you see alopecia, you see people who are completely bald. But Taylor never had that issue. It was just your sides, right?
Yeah.
It was just like,
there are multiple types of alopecia, and they do vary between alopecia areata, which is the spots, which is what I actually suffer from. There's, even for men, there's alopecia Barbie, if I'm not mistaken, that's how to pronounce that, where they get in their beards. Yeah, so
you never know. You know, when you say that your beard doesn't connect, you could have alopecia. You
could be suffering from that. Or you have those that, as you have mentioned, completely bald, which is alopecia totalis. So there's more more types of alopecia out there. And so you never know. It's something that does not, it could easily just start with an itch, and then you just keep scratching the same spot, and you're thinking that it's just like a regular dryness. However, it could be an irritation to your skin, to your autoimmune system, and so it could just literally start falling from there. But the majority of people are like myself, who have kind of grown up with this, but there are people that go through life that are older and then they start losing their hair.
Yeah, I've seen that. I know I had tension alopecia when I had these tight braids. I don't know, remember when we went on the cruise. We went on a family cruise and I had lemonade braids before everybody was wearing lemonade braids, and I knew once I got them that they were too tight.
Yep, she said
I knew it. Like once she was braiding, I said these are tight. On the cruise, I didn't want to take them down, but every day our other cousin was like massaging it and like putting oil in it, trying to make it better, but it did not help at all. And as soon as we got off of the cruise, I took my braids down. Now I have always had like thick, full hair. So I took my braids down, and when I was taking them down, this entire side was gone. Like all of it was gone just from how tight my braids were. I had never experienced that, but while I knew from the pain something wasn't right, but I just didn't want to look crazy on the cruise. But ladies, you have to take that seriously. When something don't feel right in your hair, don't do it. Even now, it has taken me a long time to grow my edges back, and even like this part is still very thin. Due to that, I just didn't listen to, I guess, my own head. I knew something wasn't right.
Yeah.
And I definitely, it's grown back. That was what, 2016 or something like that?
Yeah.
So tension alopecia is very real. I never thought I would experience that. Like I stated, I've always had very thick, long hair. So once that happened, I was embarrassed. So I don't know how it would feel to grow up like that all your life. But I know for me, I was embarrassed. So I was wearing hats. I was trying to cover this side of my head because this side was fine. It was just all of this was just gone.
Yeah, and you can imagine, someone who has dealt with it all of their lives.
Yeah.
You try to hide it, you try to cover it. I know I tried to cover it up all of my life, when I really understood what it was and how it was affecting me in my life. You get insecure, and that's a lot of things that people, we joke about on social media. We say all the time, oh, I got all my edges, or you snatch your edges. And for me, I have learned how to rise above that insecurity as the years have gone on. However, there are many people that are still insecure about even those statements. And people laugh and they joke and they say, oh yeah, you said your mama gave you a perm and that's how your hair broke out. Well, to be honest, sometimes that actually really does happen.
It's true. Those are the things that, those things happen. I'm telling you, I never thought braids would ever take out my hair.
It was the irritation. Your scalp was sensitive to the braiding hair that was in your head.
Yeah, I think that, and with the tightness and all,
the tightness and the braid and the hair. It really, you have to just really know your scalp, your hair, because it can be. So imagine someone, if you were embarrassed about just one side, imagine having a big bald spot in the middle of your head or on the side of your head, or you have a full head of hair except for right here in this side of your head. You can never put your hair up because there's no hair to attach unless you put on a wig. And so many people suffer from this. It could be hereditary, or it could just be something that's going on with your autoimmune system that affects that. But it's really, you have to be mindful that at the end of the day, women and men, you are beautiful regardless.
You are.
And there's so many ways for you to feel encouraged in this time, because social media allows you to connect with more people now that suffer from the same thing as you. And there is some certain people that would love to have someone that understands what they're going through. And for me, I have not had an experience where I've met someone growing up that has gone through what I've gone through until now, until social media has made that available. And then just talking to people and just telling them like, oh, that I have a hair product, and then they just blossom and open up and say, well, yeah, I suffer from alopecia, you would never know because they're covering it up, or
Yeah,
they're shading it in. There's products that help you shade it in, so it's really important. And back to how my business got started. This is the reason why I created my products, and I must say before I get started that my alopecia is doing so much better now because of my products and my size. As you can see, I have hair here. Where I have a braid, I mean a twist. I have twist here now. As to years ago, there was nothing there. And there's actually hair here where I can pull and say, wow, this is actually my hair. So my products have enhanced that tremendously. And if you go on my website, 98.co, sorry, you will see my results because I put my results on there.
Right,
a lot of people, they're afraid to do that, but it's like you need to see the business owner who created this product so that you can feel like, oh, this person went through what I went through. Oh, she understands exactly what I went through. But I thought about this idea back in 2018 and I never pursued it until the pandemic. And I really just, you sitting at home.
I think we all just kind of went for it during the pandemic.
Yeah, and I just kind of went for it. And to be honest, this started because my mom and my aunt, I was doing them currently. I was doing the passion twist. Well, not the passion twist. The Marley twist that I have in my hair. These are Marley twists, not passion twists. And I was doing it on their hair constantly, and so they were like, I need an oil put on my scalp because it's itching. And so I created them an oil because at that time everything was shut down. You couldn't go.
Yeah, you couldn't do anything, and that was a terrible time if you needed your hair done.
Yeah, so I actually had these products, certain ingredients that I have in my products, I had them at home already, and I created them an oil to use, and they loved it, and they were like, oh, you need to start selling this. You need to just get this and start giving it out to the family. So really the reason why my business got really serious was because of them encouraging me to just put the oil out there. And then of course I started having the family use it, and it just blossomed from there. So this is how my product line got started, and I'm really excited. This is my passion. I tell people this all the time. This is not just something that I'm doing. This is literally a part of me because of alopecia has lived with me all of my life. So hair products has always been a challenge. You can't find good products, that really cater towards alopecia.
That's true. Because I have to say, even during that time for me, and again, it was a simple time. I mean, it only lasts for me a couple months or something. My hair kind of grew back, but like I said, it didn't grow back completely. I'm still pretty thin on that side, but I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know it was gonna grow back. So I definitely felt y'all pain for a little while.
Yeah.
It was hard because I didn't know what was going on. I went to the dermatologist, and pretty much that's when she told me, that I had tension alopecia.
Yeah.
She gave me something for it, but there's nothing really they can do for it. So
there's no cure for alopecia. But if you have hair follicles that are still active, it just takes time, and that's exactly what is going on with my hair even now. I have hair, but it has taken how many years?
Right.
Over 20 some years for it to actually say, oh, I'm still active. Okay, I like what you're giving me now. I can grow back now. However, the process is still going. But there are many people, as far as customers, that have messaged me, that I've seen in person, that have said, wow, your product has tremendously grown my hair back because they suffer from tension alopecia, or they're like me, who have had small areas where they have alopecia areata, and I've shared their results, that their hair has grown back, or it's broken off, it's weak, and it has grown back tremendously, and they love it. They call it hair crack, and I crack up all the time.
But it does help. I have to say, I suffer from bad dandruff. I don't know if any of y'all do, but hands up. I suffer from very bad dandruff, and if you know me, you've seen it. But I do have to say, it helps. And what I like is the rolling bottle. Do you have that there?
You can see the rolling bottle here.
The rolling bottle. I like to keep that in my purse because have you ever been on vacation when you need a little oil and you don't want to carry like a big thing of it? Like, so I know on the plane and stuff, I'll usually have the little rolling one just to get my little edges together and, you know, usually get my scalp because it's easier. It's so much easier than, you know, pulling out the big bottle. But it helps tremendously with my dandruff. So after I wash my hair, because you're supposed to oil your scalp after you wash your hair, remember that. But I use it after that. And sometimes I do have to say when I have my 2 braids, the drops work. Those help out a lot. So I love the product. I know a lot of my hairdresser friends use it as well. So it is a great product. I know some men use it in their beards as well. So I love it. I definitely wanted to highlight this as our Black product of the week because it's worth it.
And men, as you can see, this is a product for men as well. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I didn't want to forget to let you know it's not just for women. I have products for men as well, and the men love it, especially for their beards.
Yeah.
I have customers that'll tell me, you know, my male customers that say that, you know, they wash their beards or they put the oil on their beard and it makes it softer. And I'm like, oh wow, okay, great.
And it smells good. Like it doesn't smell bad. Like I can't say what the other hair brands are that, but like, yeah, don't want to get sued and I don't want nobody fighting me in the back. But it smells good. It smells like something you would want in your hair. And it's not like a super greasy, you know, it's not greasy or anything like that.
It's very lightweight.
Yeah, I haven't tried the mist, but I definitely have tried all the other ones and they are great. Just leave in your purse, like I stated, or, you know, just on the go. When you have your hair done, rub it on your hair in the morning. Sometimes I do that when I have my hair curled and I do it, get that little static out of it. But it definitely helps, and like I stated, it has helped me grow my edges back. It does work. It's not a joke. It's not a gimmick. What she has is real. And I do have to ask, so since we are talking about alopecia, you know Jada Pinkett Smith has alopecia. And we have to bring up the slap that was heard around the world. Now I have to say, I mean I don't suffer from alopecia, so I can't say how you guys felt when he made the G.I. Jane joke. I don't want to offend anybody, but I gotta say I definitely didn't think it needed to go that far to the slap. Do you think that the joke was that serious for a slap? Were you offended or did you laugh?
So as I stated at the very beginning, I have gotten to a place, like for me personally, where alopecia jokes don't bother me, but everyone is not like me.
That's true. That's
true. There are some people that got offended from that. There are some people that are very angry and very hurt at the fact that Chris decided to make a joke about alopecia when we know how serious alopecia is, especially for those of us, for people of color, because we deal with a lot of tension and so and with hair and everything. But I don't feel like the slap was necessary.
I didn't. I just did not feel like it was necessary. And
I don't feel like it was necessary because what help did it do to the alopecia community?
It didn't.
You know, and I try to be funny, like what did it do? What did it help us? It didn't really help us. It didn't help Jada in any type of way with her alopecia. And even she just recently discussed it very briefly on the Red Table Talk.
She did. She did.
And you know, she mentioned it, and even from her statement, you could kind of tell she was highlighting that both of them are very intelligent men that are very capable and able, you know, to really make a change and a difference in this world as they already have, and that she hopes that they reconcile and everything. So it really is something that should not have even happened, because that conversation is always happening. Alopecia is always being talked about. Alopecia some joke is always being made on Facebook or Instagram, Twitter, you know. But no, I don't feel like the slap was definitely necessary. I think it was very over dramatic.
I did, and you know, my thing is, like I stated, I can't say I don't have alopecia, so I can't say that. But
there are some that were offended, and there were some that appreciated that Will did that. However, I think more people were really, it was less of people seeing that. I think that more people thought that he was just standing up for his wife, not necessarily on behalf of the alopecia community.
And I think that's what it really was, because I'm gonna be honest, and y'all could say it or don't say it, but Jada has had her hair short for years.
Yeah.
This is before she even came out and said she had alopecia.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, I just assumed all these other years that she just liked wearing her hair short.
Yeah.
I didn't know that she had alopecia till I think like she had, I don't know, somebody had said it, or maybe it was on Red Table Talk. I don't know.
She has also, in past years, you have seen her with fully blown long hair, you know. And
that's what I said. She wear her hair any kind of way.
So you know, and that goes back to what I was saying, is you can have long hair in all places except for one spot. You can have alopecia there. But yeah, I don't think that the slap needed to be done, because it really, you know, a lot of people, many people really respect Will Smith. Despite everything that has happened with him and Jada over the course of the years, they respect Will Smith, and he's always, to a lot of people, have been a very stand-up guy. And so that moment kind of made people look at him differently.
It made me look at him differently.
It made me look at him differently. But I am going to play devil's advocate and say that we should just go ahead and just move on and leave it where it is. It happened. It's done. Let the man come back to the Oscars. Let the man go back to working his movies, doing his movies and all of that. Okay, it happened. It was a mistake. There are people that make humongous mistakes, that are millionaires, that are celebrities, and we just pass over it. What is the holdup on Will Smith at this point? So, but Jada, if you ever see this, girl, this product is it, okay?
It is it.
Okay,
so,
you see that little hair right here?
And I have to say, like I said, it works. It works. Please go to her website and look, and hopefully I can add some pictures just to show her journey, my journey. It definitely works. And if your hair hurts, when you got the ponytails, the tight braids, take them out, y'all. Beauty is not supposed to be pain. I know we learned that beauty is pain, but it's not. It is not good for your hair, and you'll end up losing your hair later on in life. So we just want to thank you for joining us on Run and Tell That. But before you leave, we do have our game, Pop, Lock, and Drop It. So we have 3 trending topics. Is it popping? Is it locked in for life? Or are we dropping it? So first we got to talk about these over-the-top proms when you know your child is not graduated. So, are we going to continue to let people do this? Because I'm going to tell you this now. I think, okay, we went to prom about 2011, around that time. I mean, we didn't do anything extravagant. I felt like my dress was very extravagant, things like that. But I knew I was graduating. So, it wouldn't matter. But there be some parents out here who still going to spend the thousands of dollars, put their house up, buy the most expensive car they can, and their child is not walking. I don't understand that. What is the point? Prom is supposed to be a prize. I mean, don't you feel the same way? Like,
yeah, prom is supposed to be that gift, that gift that you get literally.
Yeah, you did all 12 years.
Reach the end, and that's the celebration for the end. But it should not come before you checking your child's grades.
Right.
If your child is suffering or from passing, or they're not doing well in school or passing their classes, you're more important the prom is more important than the actual passing of them to, graduating, you're the problem as a parent. I hate to say it like that, but you are the problem. And that comes from a loving, caring teacher who has been teaching for a number of years now. You are the problem because really, teachers do work extremely hard, no matter what people say. Teachers work extremely hard
y'all
to
do.
make sure
Kudos to these teachers, especially now, right now, because y'all are giving it. Kudos.
Give us more money. But
won't happen.
Darn it. But we really do work hard to make sure that the students are being they're pushed, and we're gonna push them because society is basically saying, we couldn't care less about your education. We care about how you look. We care about if you're wearing lashes or makeup to school or the nicest outfit, and that's great. We went through that. You want to wear your fresh clothes and stuff to school, but at the end of the day, our
fresh
parents said,
always tied up, baby.
Always. But our parents taught us at a very young age, if we're going to work, then you're going to school, and that's your only job. Now, granted, a lot of children and a lot of teenagers, they aren't just going to school in this day and time. So I do understand and I respect that. But parents, you have to be mindful that they're still young and they're still your child, no matter how old they are. And you should be focused on making sure that they're passing before prom. So
that's
where I'm at with that.
If you passing, go over the top for your child. If you know your child is passing, do it. I love it. I love us for real. I love how over the top we are, how creative we are during prom time. Love it, love it, love it. But just make sure your child is also walking across that stage, because what they gonna have, all these prom pictures and no diploma, that's stupid.
Just to go to somebody's community center to get a GED. And I'm not trying to be mean, but don't stop looking over your child.
Yeah, y'all
let me go back, because I know somebody's gonna say, oh, she's talking about GED. I never in one sentence said getting a GED is wrong. But I'm simply saying, if your child is in high school and you are their parent, take the time to focus on their education so that they won't have to go get a GED. You can pass your high school classes, graduate, and then go to prom, and that'll be done with it. But if you're so focused on prom and you don't take the time to look at their report card, and then you call the school and get upset at the school because
going off on the teacher.
Why didn't the school tell me that they're failing? Now they have to move it to an alternative school to get, to finalize that they've graduated from high school, when in reality,
they have the time and opportunity right there.
They had the time and opportunity. But kudos to those that did go back to get their GED, because there are probably many people that have had many oppositions put up against them, that the only way to get through was to go back and get their GED. I honor you all today, and by all means, that is exactly what needs to happen, is through all opposition, get that education.
Get
I don't
it.
care
And that's
what
what
society
I'm
is saying. Get the education, because you still need education in this day and time, no matter what. But that's all I have to say.
So I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm dropping that, because if you don't have no education, you don't get the party. So we dropping that. Next thing is the Hoochie Daddy shorts. Let me tell y'all right now, I don't like it. Like, I cannot stand it. It was the one guy that went viral for him or whatever. I can't remember him, but he, I think I follow him on Instagram or something like that. He looks good in them, but still, I would not want my man to wear those. And let me tell you why. I just don't. I don't look good. I don't like how they're that high up. It's just nothing for me. So personally, I am definitely gonna say that it's popping, because it'll be a trend right now. But I'm gonna tell you, the gay community have been wearing those forever, and everybody was saying it was so gay to wear short shorts. But now the straight guys is trying to take that too. Like, I don't understand it. Is it gay or is it not gay? Which one is it? I just don't think it's gonna be around for too long. y'all pick up on trends and think y'all created it.
I'm going to say it's a pop it, but it's something that's going to probably always recur eventually, because back then it was fine. Like, but to be honest, somebody had mentioned on Facebook the other day, and they were like, yeah, these are rich boy shorts as well. Like, they were rich boy shorts. I don't know. It could have been, but at this
I still don't want my millionaire husband.
I guess I could say that, you know, rich boys was probably wearing those shorts a long time ago. And then, you know, it wasn't a trend. And then, like you said, people saw, you know, gay men wearing them. So they didn't want to wear them, and now it's in.
Yeah,
so,
I don't understand
but
that.
it was in then, and it dropped off. Now it's back in again, and it'll drop off. So I do think it's a pop-it, but it's a seasonal pop-it.
Yeah, I think it's just popping right now, but I just don't feel like it's gonna stay around. And then soon y'all gonna be like, oh, that's so gay. Again, I don't understand y'all. I really don't. So I'm just gonna say it's popping for now, because only certain people look good in it. But
yeah, you gotta have like the
you
right
really
head.
have to look good in it. Otherwise, it's just not. It's not. So our last topic: these Anita Baker ticket prices. Now let me tell you, we are going with. It's a group of us. My cousins and my sister are going. So I'm gonna tell you, I didn't mind paying the price only because I don't see how many times you get to see a legend in concert. That's literally the only reason, because baby, I do not pay over $200 for concert tickets unless it's Queen Bee. I'll go to 3, that's my max, but I'm not paying nothing else. And I do have to say, Anita's tickets to me were, I mean, the price we got ours for wasn't bad, but I've seen other people having to pay, baby, no. I'm gonna say it's a no, so I'm gonna drop that only because Auntie Nita, you wasn't giving what you were supposed to give in some of the videos I done seen. So I mean, maybe in her younger years I'd be like A1, but I can't see paying $400, $500, $600. Like, these prices is ridiculous. I'm just seeing, and some people is really paying that. Like, I couldn't. I can't. What you thinking? So I mean, I'm definitely dropping it for me. I'm dropping it.
What is wrong with her? This is a legend.
I love concerts, but I can't.
This is a legend. I'm not even going to look at her at this very moment.
I can't, y'all. I can't.
First of all, how many songs do you know?
I'm probably gonna be honest. I just know the
exactly.
I just know the popular boys.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
I'm gonna be there.
For her, it's like 2 or 3. I'm gonna give her 4
I'm gonna get 5. I'm gonna get 5
max.
max.
Give you 5 max, not a single one.
Don't give me no more.
Now, for the diehards like myself, you know, we know album by album we could go.
I don't think she do, but we gonna see. We gonna see if that concert. We gonna come back.
But I'm going to say, because she's a legend, only in this time, because she's a legend, we're talking about this time, I would definitely say lock it. The reason being is because those prices are regular concert prices. Like, how much did we pay for Jasmine Sullivan? Like, we paid a pretty penny.
And I'm gonna be honest, it was worth it though.
It was worth it. Exactly.
If we would have been sitting down, it would be even better, because some of the songs I did not know.
Yes, again, some of these songs she did not know.
The majority of them I knew, but it was some songs I didn't. I'm gonna be honest. But it was a good concert. She was recovering from COVID, so she had to take a lot of breaks in between. Those times
her staff and the background singers too.
Yeah, like, so when she was taking breaks, I wanted to take a break. I wanted to sit down, but you had to stand up. Yeah, it was too crowded too. Somebody like all on your neck and back during COVID.
Everywhere was standing room. By the way, it was in a theater that was just standing room only. So, but yes, definitely lock it. Well, because first of all, I looked on those websites that a lot of the resellers had, and their prices were regular based prices for tickets. So I would say definitely lock it, because some of those seats were actually good for the price. Like, if you don't live in Detroit, you wouldn't understand. Like, like the Little Caesars Arena, like the higher level, obviously, like, you know, it's going to be the lowest.
Or it's going to be cheaper.
Like the mezzanine area had really reasonable prices, very reasonable prices. So I'm gonna definitely give that a lock it only because in this time she is a legend.
She is a legend.
So,
I'll give that. So I am happy that I'm going. I mean, if it was Michael Jackson, baby, he could have took my wallet. I want to see that. I want to see the Jackson.
And that's how I feel
with
about,
a Jackson 4 now. So I want to see that.
About Anita. Like she really she could get more. I love Anita. Like I'm a diehard. Like they know when they get in my car, they're gonna hear at least one Anita song. You know, just because first of all, I love her voice. So.
She does have a beautiful voice, but
her songs are classics.
They are.
How she only knows 5 of them out of all of her catalog. I just don't even understand.
I probably really know more than that, y'all.
She probably does. She probably does, but at this point, no.
I can't think of them right now, but when I hear them, I'm like, oh.
But we're going to be going, and I'm going to be the crazy person that tries to get to the stage.
I'm gonna be happy. Maybe I'll recap it on here. I'm not sure. Well, before you go, I want to try a new segment that sometimes I just save Instagram posts or things like that that I feel like speak to me and may help someone else. So each week I will read a new post that speaks to me, or if you would like to send some in and want me to read them on here, I sure will. So this one says, "Dear whoever is reading this, you're incredible, even when you feel you're not. You might feel lost now, but great things are coming your way. You're stronger than you think and have a lot to accomplish. Don't give up. Remember, you matter and you're not alone."
Yes.
And that one, okay, you have to remember who you are and whose you are for sure to get through the week. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to this week's episode of Run and Tell That. My special guest, Taylor Folks.
Thank you.
And don't forget to go to her company website, or you can hit her up on her socials.
Yes, 98Co. That is NINE 8, the number 8, CO. 98Co. That's on Facebook and that's on Instagram. You will see my product logo, so you'll know that that's officially my website and my social media. And then my website is www.98.co. CO, not com, but co.
Make sure y'all go head over there and get that. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And if you're on any other social media, make sure you share it, because I will post everywhere. And don't forget, this is a safe place. So I invite you to come in and run and tell that. If you would like to be a part of the show, please hit me up at runandtellthat with Ariel Simone at gmail.com, or just find me on the socials and let me know. We're looking for anybody who wants to tell their story to the world so that you can give somebody a little bit of encouragement. So tune in next week for Run and Tell That. Bye.